Hello everyone. So I wanted to make a video about going to the onsen if you're trans because last December for winter break I went up to visit my friend in Ibaraki Prefecture and we went to the Daigo Onsen there, and it was my first time going into an onsen and I was pretty nervous and I tried to look things up online but I couldn't find anything, which is kind of part of the reason why I still have this channel up in the first place, is that a lot of things that I want to do or have done that I'm like worried is like me being trans going to affect this in any way or going to make it harder, or like what's it going to be like. There's not a lot of information out there, even though there are trans people who have done like everything that I want to do or think have ever thought about doing. I feel like we tend to keep it pretty hush hush, or like they don't already have a YouTube channel, so why would they make one? That kind of stuff. But anyways, onsen. It was a separated gender onsen, like public. There's like 3 pools outside, 2 pools inside. I am on the fence as to whether or not I would ever go back to an onsen. Like, it was really nice. If you're not trans and watching this, if you're worried about going because you're ashamed of your body or you think that you're like fat or too skinny or something like that, I highly recommend going because it's a very good way, especially if you're American, because I can't speak about other countries, but I know that in America we tend to sexualize our bodies a lot. It's a very non-sexualized environment, and like everybody is old, so your body will probably look better than everybody else is there, unless there's like that one young person that walks in. But like, it's not about your body looking good or bad, it's about enjoying the nature and the hot water and the natural hot springs and things like that. So like, if your worry is being naked, this is like the time to conquer that fear, because nothing's going to happen, if that makes sense. You might get a comment or two if somebody's like really curious, but that didn't happen to us. I've heard that happen to some people, but that didn't happen to us. Anyways, I've had top surgery and I have not had bottom surgery, so I didn't really need to worry about the top too much. Like, there's scars, but like, if you don't know what they are, you don't know what they are. If you know what trans people might do for surgery, then you might know what they are, but then I'm not as worried about that person probably seeing me. Bottom surgery, though, I will say, if you have dysphoria about anywhere, you will notice it a lot more in this kind of place, which is why I'm on the fence about going back or not. I have kind of conquered my bottom dysphoria a lot, and I'm not super interested in getting bottom surgery for a few reasons. Most of them are cosmetic reasons. I mean, I've heard from people who've gotten bottom surgery recently that it's improved a lot and you can have a lot of functionality and it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. And you tend to only hear the horror stories anyways, but the large scar on the arm is not something that I am willing to have. So maybe one day I will, but for now, like, I don't have a sex life and I'm not like super like, I don't feel like I need to have bottom surgery to have one if like that was happening. So anyways, not super interested in bottom surgery, but I didn't realize just how dysphoric I was until I went in there, because it was kind of like this like numb panic, if that makes sense. A numb panic settled over me, and it was like really uncomfortable, and I was really happy when I left. It was a nice time. I'm not a big fan of jacuzzis, so I probably should have thought about that before I went to the onsen. But so the hot water itself was not something I had a great time with. So it was like double not great. But it was beautiful. It was a nice time, and other people seemed to enjoy it a lot. But if you are willing to try to conquer your dysphoria, or if you don't have bottom dysphoria and you want to go to the onsen, and you're not worried about the top, and you're just worried about the bottom, I will say you're allowed to bring a small towel with you because you're supposed to like put it on your head. And you won't look that weird if you just are holding it over your crotch, because there are actually guys doing that, especially if there's other foreign guys, like other Western, especially because we're pretty ashamed of sex. So yeah, you can do that. I think it was my first time really realizing how different my body looks, because I'm used to just seeing me, and like with underwear on, I look pretty much the same. And the only other time I've seen guys naked is like in the gym locker room, but I've never seen like guys naked and me naked. Like I was super aware of just how different my body was in this moment, which was not fun. But according to the people I was with, like nothing was weird or obvious, or like there was nothing that would have signaled to other people, oh, like there's something different about this person. So I think it's really a matter of your comfort with yourself, and less a matter of like somebody's going to come get you and kick you out. Like there are probably exceptions. Like you might go and be confident and something might happen where you get kicked out, but I don't think, even if you did, like even if you were asked to leave, which I don't think would happen, Japan's pretty polite. They wouldn't want to cause a scene or make you or offend you. So if they could get you to leave peacefully, that would be ideal for everybody. So, but after this experience, I think that if you're willing to like blend in, I guess I should say, I don't think anyone is going to have anything to say. I can't really speak for trans women at all, but I do think I don't know how to tuck or how like that works, but tucking and having the towel might work, because I mean basically like from behind, if someone was looking, I mean I have a little bit of a thigh gap and I have no balls, so like they would have just seen the white straight through the white so the white towel. So like if you're worried about like small things and not being able to blend in totally, I don't think it would be a problem as long as you're trying. Like I feel like in Japan, one thing that I've noticed is that as long as you make the effort, people tend to be okay with just the effort. Same thing with tattoos. You're not supposed to have tattoos in the onsen. Me and my friend both have tattoos. We covered them with Band-Aids. One of my friends wasn't even covered up all the way because her tattoos she has a lot on her legs, and mine was covered up all the way, but the Band-Aid fell off in the first pool. But nobody said anything or got mad. They didn't ask us to leave or like even like look twice or anything. So people are mostly minding their own business, enjoying the hot water, enjoying the atmosphere. So it's really a matter of, are you comfortable with yourself, and are you willing to be uncomfortable if you have dysphoria? And I just think that if you're living in Japan or visiting Japan and you're willing to try, it is a great experience, and it's great to be able to say that you've done it, because even if you didn't have a good time and you're never going to do it again, you can say, oh yeah, went to an onsen in Japan, it was great, or it was terrible, I never want to go back. But the experience is good, even though I don't know if I'll go back ever again. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to answer back. There are also private room onsens. So if you are dysphoric, or if you're just like, there's no way I can like blend in, as you're saying, with all of the cis people at the onsen, like that's just not going to happen. Or if you're non-binary or gender fluid or something, and you're like, okay, well, I could go into like my assigned sexes side of the onsen, but like I'm not comfortable with that. And there are also mixed gender onsens where you get like you can wear some little underwear or something, but I haven't seen any of those. But a lot of them do have private rooms where you can rent the private room. It's a little expensive, maybe $50. And you can have that for a certain amount of time with just you and whoever you're renting it with. And that can be mixed gender as well. So whoever you're with, you can all go together. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Questions, I'll try to answer. If you have any experience being trans in an onsen or like a centaur or something like that, feel free to share as well. The more experiences we can gather, then the more information people have. Okay, so that's all for this video. Talk to you later. Bye.